This is the epitome of deja vu. Another year, another Madden. Another long, tired stream of slick, highly produced game trailers to consume in hopes that we'll get something new, interesting, and dare I say, even innovative. And again, that disappointment appears to be on the horizon. The latest trailer from Madden 21, unveiled as though giving us a glimpse at some grand prize forged by the hands of master craftsmen, to me, appears as little more than the hollow remains of a once great king, whose corpse has been rotting beneath a bed of ornate and aromatic flowers we've placed upon it in remembrance of the good days. But those good days were a long time ago. EA dropped their Madden 21 reveal trailer on June 16th, and with it gave us the same superficially hype but substance-poor presentation of their flagship football title. 1.5 minutes of highly manipulated gameplay, an overdose of animations, and continued promises of user control that they have not only failed to fulfill, but have regressed upon. For this video, I've included several Madden gameplay and reveal trailers, beginning with Madden 06, when EA discovered that misleading, if not outright lying to their customers, held no fiduciary penalty, and then jumping to the current gen of Madden games, which spanned from Madden 25 to Madden 21. Figure that. Hopefully this decloaks the flashy facade, and further drives home the fact that the same, quote, new features they've sold us have been renamed, repackaged, and resold time and time again. This tactic is the mark of a developer who has an inability to truly innovate, no desire to truly innovate, or an edict from management not to seek to truly innovate. Either of these options is unacceptable and should result in EA feeling our resentment of this through the act of taking our dollars elsewhere. The key word to that being should. But before I explore the concept of consumer responsibility, I'd like to dig a little deeper into that concept I was just talking about. Innovation, or more specifically, the lack thereof. Merriam-Webster.com, because who the hell reads a dictionary anymore, defines the term innovation as, quote, a new idea, method, or device, as well as, quote, the introduction of something new. For years, EA and Madden developers have held a relatively acute perception of what innovation looks like. I'm sure if you asked them, they would honestly believe that they, more times than not, seek to innovate Madden in some way every year. But simply believing something doesn't make it real. This misguided perception is one major factor in forming the concept of innovation, as it's what leads them to buy into the marketing speak of new features, when what is actually produced are marginal refinements at best. This is why they can dig up the bones of something like the weapons mechanic from Madden 08 and sell it as superstar abilities in Madden 20. Or perhaps taking the stick controls from the defensive lineman in Madden 11 and the NCAA football series and reselling it as the new skill stick in Madden 21. These things, sold as innovations, are not much more than slight overhauls of more engaging systems thought up a decade ago. However, one of the benefits hindsight provides is clarity, and therefore refinements of such elements should be the expectation, not the exception. The second major factor in forming the perception of innovation in Madden, I think, is pretty obvious. There is a reason people find such individuals as Henry Ford, Howard Hughes, and Elon Musk interesting and inspiring. Yes, Elon deserves to be in that sentence. The characteristic that is most noticeable, even more than their genius, is their drive. Buried within these individuals is an insatiable desire to push the boundaries of what is known and what can be accomplished. The need to constantly innovate is something not contingent on increasing the percentages of their business's market share. It is in their nature. Without innovation, there is nothing. Speaking bluntly, and present company included, most people don't work that way. Thus, the second and much more common driver of innovation is competition. Companies compete against one another to create the most consumable product, and to the victor gets the spoils, or all the monies. Well, since 2004, Madden has been the default victor. This is, of course, when EA signed their exclusivity deal with the National Football League. Before this, the game market was flooded with several NFL titles, everything from Madden to NFL 2K, NFL Blitz, NFL Street, NFL Quarterback Club, NFL Fever, and so on. Now, were all these games great? No. But what was great was that there was competition. Madden had many more peers to be measured against. Therefore, constant innovation wasn't a nice to have. It was a necessity. Competition always benefits the consumer in a free market, and Madden's monopoly of the NFL license shows this better than anything. As the years passed, the bar no longer needed to be raised to survive, and EA took very little time to realize that setting and maintaining the mark of mediocrity would suffice. There remains no recourse. Simply stated, if you want to play anything football related with any kind of relevancy, you will take what they give you or be left behind. I could list the cavalcade of fuckery still in this game. I could rant about how the coach mechanic in franchise mode has been broken for years. I could talk about how the fact you can't negotiate salary with free agents is asinine and an utter disconnect to how the league they're supposed to emulate actually works. I could go on about the stagnant, thoughtless approach to scouting or lack of customization or even just the absurd misuse of space in their UI design. But I'm assuming if you've stayed to this point in the video, you're already aware of these things. Nothing I've said in this video is really new. So then, the next logical step is to ask, what can I do about it? For years, the message has been, just don't buy the game. But as MUT has grown to be the focal point of Madden, with the face of the franchise taking next priority as they seek to replicate 2K's microtransaction-riddled career mode, simply not putting down the $60 isn't enough. As long as there are 14-year-olds willing to compromise their parents' credit card for an 84-rated Julio Jones, EA will have their lemmings to siphon from. What we need is criticism, sharp criticism, and for that criticism to be amplified exponentially. The ire of a dozen or so critics should turn into a chorus of hundreds, our voices reverberating through the walls of their echo chamber until it splinters and dissolves like sand. It has never been a question of if they hear us, but whether they want to. I believe it's time we no longer give them the choice. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this dramatic rant, I guess, please give us a like and subscribe. You can also check out some of our video clips from our gaming podcast, the Thoughts and Players podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday on YouTube, as well as a host of podcast services. Links will be below in the description.